betting show on the planet. This is WagerTalk Today. I am your host, a sharp one. We got Gianni The Greek going to get started with the Steam report. Dave Mason from BetOnline is going to join us, tell us where all the money's going, and then we're going to preview UFC Abu Dhabi. We'll break down Robert Whittaker, Ranier de Ridder fight, and then we're going to check in on CFL with our good friend Nick Parsons. So let's dig into these numbers and find some winners. Sad couple days. Man, Hulk Hogan, Ozzy Osbourne, like Dan, you said it comes in threes. Yikes. All celebrities got to be on high alert here, man. Like, don't leave the house. Yikes. Well, shout out to Hulk Hogan. Watched him growing up as a kid. I'm sure most of us did. So, rest in peace, Hulk Hogan and Ozzy Osbourne. All right, let's bring on Gianni The Greek. Let's get some positive vibes going here. Gianni, let's see. There's not a whole lot of baseball games today. We do have a couple of WNBA. I see that we got some steam already in the Chicago Sky game. Angel Reese looking like she may not play. Game time decision. So happy Thursday. How are you today, sir?
Busy, brother. Busy. Good. Doing really well. Can't complain. Excited about the next couple of days. Looking real quickly at baseball. There's not a single team in Major League Baseball as of today that's won 60% of their games. Zero.
Amazing.
Not a single team. Not a single team. Come on. We talked about that from the beginning. Gave you the whole blueprint. Everything, all you had to do. Just look at those teams that are underperforming, those teams that are overperforming, and it's free money for you in baseball. So even Detroit down to 58%. With that said, I don't want to forget, I released 2 soccer plays in UEFA. Both of them go off in a couple hours, so there's plenty of time. Both totals, 1.4% best bet, 1.3%. Both still readily available, both up for free at WagerTalk. So 2 premium plays released to subscribers this morning in soccer. Both of those are available for free for you over at WagerTalk on my page. That's a 4% and a 3%. Take advantage. Those have been doing well for us long term.
Yeah, and then the other thing, Gianni, right before the All-Star break, I brought up how Colorado had only won 2 out of 31 series, and then they win their first 2 series coming out of the All-Star break. Amazing.
Yes, sir.
Amazing. So, all right, what are we looking at for steam? Any steam we got for today?
All right, here's what we're looking at. In baseball so far, 952 St. Louis, minus 135, minus 140. 955 Toronto at plus 115. 960 Angels, minus 130, 135. And 958 over 8.5, minus 120. Athletics and Houston. In WNBA, 631 Seattle, minus 7, 7.5, and 8. The piggybackers are pushing it up even higher. And then strong total, 627 LA, Connecticut, over. 167, 67.5, 68, 68.5. That's why you're looking at 69.5 right now. So sharp over money in that total. Now, someone said, what about Minnesota? They're 10.5 games out. Minnesota's not winning that division. That future's a loss. Let's talk about the futures that are winners. You can't, if the team's going to go down, they're going to go down. Nothing you can do. Again, I don't know why we want to keep talking about the AL Central, but I'm here for it. You know me. I tell you when I win, tell you when I lose. And yes, Minnesota was a bad bet. I don't think it was a bad bet. Actually, it was a good bet at the time. Obviously, right now, it's not turning into the expectations when we placed that bet. But they were one of those teams that were underperforming based on season expectations and based on runs scored, runs allowed. They should have had more wins. It's that simple. It's based on that projection. Now, not every team's going to do it. But with that said, when the dust settles, rest assured, we're going to win a lot more of those season win totals and those future bets than we're going to lose. But you're not going to be 100%. You're going to have some bad calls.
Sure, absolutely. What was a move that kind of surprised you here in baseball? There's not too much going on. But,
Cleveland. That they're short bettors on Cleveland. The public's on Cleveland, and the line's not moving the way it's supposed to. That's why I'm not betting Cleveland yet.
Okay.
Yeah, I mean, I've seen multiple groups bet Cleveland in the accounts. Cleveland's in there like minus 111, minus 112. And I'm looking in the accounts from recreational bettors, all one-sided on Cleveland as well. And yet, for whatever reason, that number has not dropped. I mean, you're seeing a little bit now. It's the early game. About an hour before first pitch, it's starting to move a little bit. The screen's lit up right now on my odds logic. But still, you're talking pennies going from like 113 to 114 to 115. And with the amount of money it's attracted, that one being the most heavily bet baseball game so far, which makes sense. It's the early game. They're straight betting it. They're tying it into later games. You should see more respect. I'm a little bit surprised that they're not getting the respect based on that money. That to me is a telling sign. I just pass when I see that. I just step back. When
I have a buddy. I have a buddy, he just bets the opposite. He's like, whenever I see the line not move and all the action's on one side, he's like, that's a surefire sign. You take the other side.
Yeah, it's usually a telling sign.
Yeah, I'm asking Dave Mason about that. We need to get some insider information here about what happens when the line just doesn't move yet all the money is on one side. I don't know. We'll I have my sinking suspicion. So
ask me, are you taking a position when you do that?
Yes.
Or is it just not enough risk for it to matter? You know what I mean? Or is it like maybe just one better on the other side offsets all those tickets? I'm going to keep it open. I want to watch that.
Okay. All right. Any UFC moves that have surprised you? I know Buchecha, who we talked about, I think that's how you pronounce it. He's all the way up to minus 300, opened up less than minus 200. Any other lines? I see Robert Whittaker's taking a lot of action. He's all the way up to minus 166 on DraftKings. Any line movement kind of surprise you?
Yeah, man. And here's what I wanted to do. I got my UFC package up. I added a LFA bet to it. And I was going to give it now to the show for free as well, because I gave it out to my subscribers yesterday. It's the main event, Eric Viscondi. I gave it a 4% best bet, but I gave the subscribers at minus 135 yesterday. And I'm looking right now. I think I told them it's good up to 150. 6 out of 10 times we still have an edge. But now I'm seeing 175, minus 175. So depends how you handicap it. If you like Viscondi, I'm on the same side in that main event. I thought he should have been a minus 200. I did. Breaking that fight down, I thought he wins 2 out of 3 times. I was surprised it was minus 135. That's why I pounced right away. Like I said, I thought it was comfortable up to minus 150. I thought I had a nice enough edge to still fire 4% up to minus 150. As far as the UFC card, a couple things that are sticking out to me. If you go on my Twitter, my Instagram, or TikTok, you'll see I put out a free pick video. That's a 4% in there, a 4% and threw in a parlay wager. So check that out on my Twitter page. But let me see what really stuck out to me. Yeah, the one I gave actually in the parlay, the Ibo Aslan, how he's not a bigger favorite coming off his first UFC loss is a little bit surprising against Elikana, who, it didn't look good so far. I'm a little bit surprised that's not up to minus 300 yet. I used it already, but I'm starting to worry that line hasn't gotten to where it should be on Aslan. That one surprises me a little bit. Black Shear moved. I thought Black Shear, that opener was really low against Davey Grant. Not surprised that one's getting all that money as well. So yeah, Budai, I thought Budai would be live with all that UFC experience. But that Marcus dude must be such a BJJ ace that. Oh
yeah, he's a multiple world champion, and he's 5-1 in MMA, and his one loss was to Omar Kane, who's a monster overseas, and it was a competitive fight. Too. Yeah, it was a really, really good fight. Yeah, this is a setup fight for Marcus. I feel like he's a rock star over there. They want him to win. They make no bones about it. Give the grappler a guy who's not very good with wrestling and grappling. So I'll be playing that one. It's interesting. I kind of like Davey Grant as the underdog. He's always undervalued. Every fight, he took Daniel Marcos to the distance, split decision. Beat Tavares last time. So I don't know.
Now I couldn't lay 350 on Black Shear. No way. No, I like the opener on Black Shear, but no way.
Yeah,
no way.
Yeah.
The main event's difficult. That's tough. Maybe if you got guys coming up, we can talk about it tomorrow. I've gone a little back and forth with the Ritter and Whittaker. I'd like to hear your thoughts on that fight.
I'm going to do a breakdown. Kyle Anthony's out of town, so I'll do the breakdown here towards the end of the show. So great stuff, Gianni. Tell everyone what you have up for clients.
Thank you, brother. Yeah, the NFL college football package is up with about 9 futures in there, season win totals, that is, with a 5% big move. The rest are all 4% best bets. Again, we isolate plenty of capital on those futures because historically the return on investment has been there. I have the UFC package up that has also in it a free LFA pick. Any more LFA will be added to it as well because that goes on later in the day. The UFC card, don't forget, it's early Saturday. Probably going to do the steam room tomorrow. If not on Saturday, going to decide that probably within the next couple hours. And yeah, if I'm able to confirm any of this baseball, this will be up as well as a package. Otherwise, it'll just be for subscribers as we confirm. So yeah, just waiting. Oh, and real quickly, the first college football premium bet will be out today. First college football bet is coming out today. So excited about that. Already football season.
All right, Gianni The Greek, everyone. Thank you so much for joining
us.
Thank
you, brother.
Sonny brings up Justin Fields with the toe injury this morning. It's interesting because Dan and I are going to we happened to pick today to break down the Jets. Unbelievable timing. Classic Jets. Classic Jets. I'm trying to figure out what's more incredible about the Hulk Hogan. The fact that he was only 71 or the fact that Ric Flair somehow beat him. somehow lived him. It's really wild. Like how? Like I feel like when I was a kid, he was in his 40s. Hulk Hogan was. Like when they said 71, I was absolutely stunned by that. So, all right. Dan, show the picture. So I'm trying to do my fast. And Dan sends me this picture. All right, Dan, where is that? It looks absolutely incredible. Good Lord.
So that spot is Mac and Manco's Pizza. Well, I guess now it's called Manco and Manco Pizza because they had like fallen out. But Ocean City, New Jersey, that's where I'm going to be here for the rest of the week, seeing family and whatnot. And it's such a good freaking pie, Andy. One of the best parts is you can go there umpteen times and you never exactly know what you're going to get because sometimes it's a little more well done, sometimes it's a little less. With the swirl you get the nice mix of the cheese, the sauce. So I'm sorry, Andy, but you have more food picks coming your way. This was just one, and if you're wondering, yes, I did eat the entire pie myself. So Andy, what are you going to do, baby?
Listen, that looks absolutely incredible.
It's so good. It's just like it's. I didn't even grow up coming, down the shore and go in Ocean City, New Jersey. So many people from the East Coast that's like what they do, where they go. So like I didn't even have the nostalgia for it before I met my wife, and now we go every year and we look forward to it. Like I'll do a pizza fast if I know I'm going to Ocean City. I won't eat pizza for like a good 2-3 weeks beforehand so that it hits that much harder. So my fast, a little bit different than your fast, Andy, but I don't eat pizza for 2 to 3 weeks when I know I'm going to be having Mac and Mancos.
Amazing. Man, that looks good. Well, let's do all around the world. Let's give out some free picks here for everybody. Yeah, my client played. Team total lost. Wasn't even close. And then the team total I gave out on the show, that one hit pretty easily. So let's see if we can get back to some winning ways here. Let's go to the WNBA first. Let's talk the Storm and the Sky. Storm in the Sky under 157. The Sky are missing several players. Angel Reese, game time decision. We saw what happened with Atkins out of the lineup. Last 5 games, both teams combining for 146 points per game, and both teams play a very slow pace. Storm third in forcing turnovers. Sky last in ball security. So we expect some good defense. We expect some turnovers in this one, and we do not expect there to be a lot of points. Going to the UFC, Nikita Krylov by finish. It's minus 135 over Guskov. Guskov has benefited from a very weak schedule. He's won a couple fights just because he survived the first round. I don't think he's going to survive the first round. Krylov is all gas, no breaks. He's going to come out good. Guskov struggles with takedown defense big time, and I think Krylov gets him on the ground and gets the finish. So by finish, when it's minus 135, books are telling you a story on that one. And then we have the Orioles and the Guardians. First 5 innings over 5. Big time hitter friendly weather, 90 degrees there, so air's going to be thin. Ball should be flying out. Charlie Morton's got a 5.58 ERA, and Logan Allen Cleveland struggles against the Orioles lineup. A lot of really good, successful batters against Logan Allen on this Orioles team. So, Storm in the Sky, we're looking at the under. UFC, Krylov by finish. And then we're looking at the Orioles and the Gardens' first 5 innings on the over. All right, we got a new thing on YouTube here. We just started this. There's a couple of you taking advantage. The WagerTalk Insiders, where it's only a couple bucks per month. You're going to be able to do the emojis, the badges, the special features, shout outs, everything. And then starting on the 1st, anybody that's an insider will be given a $5 coupon that's good for that month and each month after that. So it's kind of a no-brainer. You get $5 coupon at the beginning of the month just to spend $2.99. So we're gonna be bringing in more perks for that, some insider content. So if you want to take advantage of that, wt.buzz/insiders, $2.99 a month, help support the channel, and you get a bunch of little benefits that are only going to be increasing over time. So take advantage of that, wt.buzz/insiders. Let's bring on Nick Parsons. Let's talk a little CFL here. And Nick, hey, man, you are true to yourself every time you come on here. You're talking plus points.
Exactly, yeah. Always on the dogs.
Always on the dog. So we're going to talk this
Not always,
game.
but yeah.
It's pretty consistent. So let's just get right into it. We'll talk about Sports Memo here in a bit, but we got a big number here on the Elks and Saskatchewan, about plus 9.5. So walk us through this one.
Yeah, I got my notes on this one, Andy. Basically, the Elks, they're rested here. They had a bye week last week, and so I think that they're going to be able to cover with a large spread here at Saskatchewan at Mosaic Stadium here in Week 8. Despite their 1-4 record, as I say, they're coming off their bye there, and so that will give them enough time to properly prepare for this game. Their quarterback situation with Trey Ford and Cody Fajardo, they're splitting reps, and so that adds versatility here. They should be able to exploit Saskatchewan's defense, which the Saskatchewan defense is really strong against the run, but it's been vulnerable to big plays. And so the Elks offense, it's led by wide receiver Curley Gittens Jr., and it's shown improvement. The last time these teams played against each other last year, it was super competitive right until the end. Saskatchewan did hold on for the eventual 28-24 victory. And now Edmonton's secondary, it's been a weak point for years, but it will benefit this week with some key players returning, Gerald Cummings. And so they should be able to tighten up the coverage here against Riders quarterback Trevor Harris's deep throws. And I am definitely expecting Saskatchewan's offense to face considerable pressure from Edmonton's aggressive defensive adjustments that they've made after this bye week. The Riders, they're favored significantly here due to their 4-1 record, but they have a game at East leading Montreal next week. And so it's kind of like a letdown look-ahead spot. I wouldn't quite call it a trap game at this time of year, but there's the potential for the team to look ahead here as well. And for the Elks, though, Andy, it's going to be all gas, no brakes for them here as well. And so the bottom line is I just think that Edmonton's live dog status, their rest advantage, and their improved or they're getting healthier there in the defense, that's going to allow it to keep this one close. So I'm grabbing the points on Friday night.
Love it. What else have you been noticing going on in CFL? Are there any injuries we need to keep an eye on? Any teams that are regressing or overperforming? Any teams you got your eyes on?
I mean, it's been difficult from week to week and from game to game. Last week going into week 7 there, I had been 5-0 over the previous 2 weeks, and then I went 0-2. Last Thursday I had Montreal, and while they ended up winning that game, Davis, they went 25-24, and but they weren't unable to cover that massive spread. Just to step cautiously and just to sort of take it week to week, it would be my advice. Also looking forward to college football and everything coming up as well.
Give us some teams you're excited for college football. Who you got your eye on?
Actually, Andy, I already have a few big plays posted over at Sports Memo right now. Some week 1 plays posted. I've done quite well over the last 2 years. I lead Sports Memo over the last 2 years in college football since 2023. So yeah, lots of different things to break down. I don't want to give too much away, and I haven't looked too much further past the first week. But yeah, super excited, obviously, and of course the NFL as well. I also play the preseason quite heavily.
Nice. Tell everyone what we have going on over at Sports Memo.
Yeah, well, I don't think you've touched on it quite yet, guys, but one of the popular things at WagerTalk is the Flex Picks option, and so they're offering that now over at Sports Memo. There's a lot of new faces over at Sports Memo, so a really great time to use the Flex Picks pass. You choose your different capper every single day. You don't need to use it. If you have a 30-day Flex Pass, you don't need to use it every single day in a row. We also have $5 Wednesdays throughout the summer, and so that's a popular thing. There's a lot of traffic there. Every handicapper releases one $5 pick, and then also 50% off Fridays, where every handicapper also releases one 50% off package.
Awesome, great stuff. Best jacket in the game. I love that jacket, Nick. It's awesome. So thanks so much for joining us, and let's get back to those winning ways in CFL. Let's start with the Elks.
Absolutely.
All right, plus 9.5 on those dang Edmonton Elks. Poor guys, they just can't seem to get out of their own way. Dan, let's do the Jets here while we're waiting for Dave Mason here. This is a really, really interesting spot here. Of all the teams to break down, it's the one on the day when their quarterback gets carted off.
Of course, never fails. It's the most Jets thing ever. You and I have been planning out all right, here's the team that we'll do each day. The morning of, you and I discussing the New York Jets season win total. One of the most important pieces to the New York Jets puzzle's health is now in jeopardy. In case you didn't see it, this morning we're obviously here live on a Thursday, the 24th of July, and Justin Fields goes down, gets carted off, and Adam Schefter now reporting it's a toe injury, and it's too early for the severity of the toe injury to be extrapolated how long he'll be out for. But Andy, if only we had some data to draw on how the New York Jets do when their star quarterback goes down very early in the season. This never happens to the New York Jets, right, Andy?
Well, so Jim, who comes, Jim, he comes on, does our PFL and our UFC. He's a diehard Jets fan.
I know. It's really his only character flaw. It's really like the only character flaw that our man Jim really has is that he has to root for the New York Football Jets.
He was so excited because he thought they were going to take the tight end from Penn State in the draft, and instead they took like a lineman. He just texted me. He's like, "God,
no one was happier than you."
Playmaker. I know. We end up getting him. But yeah, his quote was, "God forbid we draft a playmaker."
Yes.
So, all right, dislocated toe. But let's talk this Jets win total 5.5. I'm going to assume that Justin Fields is going to be fine. I mean, a cart in summer camp is just overly cautious. So I'm going to go into this with Fields as being healthy. So 5-12 last year. What was interesting is their defense was a big letdown last year. They had some injuries, and then just they couldn't get it together. So PFF had them ranked 18th in offense, 25th in defense. Offseason moves, obviously Justin Fields. I think Justin Fields is the second biggest move. I think Aaron Glenn as the head coach is the biggest move that they made. They lost DJ Reed, but they did bring in Brandon Stevens to replace him. So it wasn't like just a loss and we have nobody to replace him with. A lot of depth at D-line, a lot of depth at O-line. They got Sherwood at linebacker here. PFF rankings are all over the place. 26th defensive line, but 7th offensive line. 28th wide receivers. But when you got Justin Fields, is it that big of a deal? 11th in secondary, 9th in linebackers here. So what's your take on the Jets 5.5? And then we'll get to the schedule.
I mean, one thing I will say, too, is, you're going to be watching the reports that come out about Justin Fields. It's not an exponential drop off from the guy who's behind him. You do have Tyrod Taylor as your backup. So I know some people are going to be like, oh, God, what a horrible 1-2. But when you're just talking about comparative play styles, and also you could do much worse than Tyrod Taylor as a backup quarterback. This is a guy who gets a raw deal every single place that he goes. When he's started, he's actually put up decent numbers, been able to win games for teams, even though he's bounced around the league as a journeyman. And now it's led him to being behind Justin Fields. So I really don't think this Fields thing is as big of a deal as it maybe seems to be, but obviously we'll keep our eyes on that. The biggest, I like them bringing in the new head coach. I like them shaking things up. However, the biggest head scratcher for me is when you have a defensive-minded head coach. Why would you go out and pick Steve Wilks as your defensive coordinator? I don't know if you know much about the career of Steve Wilks here, Andy, but the guy has gotten bounced in 1 year out of his 6 last spots that he's been at. He's had 1 year stints, the 6 last coordinator jobs that he had. So that was a little bit of a head scratcher for me, especially a team who their calling card is usually their defense. However, I see some people in the chat here. We got Steve saying under, move on to the next one. I think, I think you're being a little bit maybe myopic if you're saying, oh, this is the Jets. Oh, they suck every year under 5.5. Because when you dive into the schedule, Andy, I don't know if you saw the same as me. The games that stood out to me is that you get Panthers, Browns, Jags, and Saints. And then outside of that, really your biggest tests come in division. And this is a team who, they get beat up every year, but somehow they make these games in division tough. So I look at those 4 games, and I'm not saying anything's a lock. Nothing's an automatic win. But you're really, outside of that, looking for 2 more wins on the schedule. And I think the Jets can find 2 more wins. I think 5.5 is a really, is a really low number. If we're talking 6.5, all right, then I give myself a little bit pause. But I would be pretty confident putting the Jets over 5.5 wins on my card here. It might be something that I bet before the season starts. I'm not saying they're going to make the playoffs. I'm not saying anything like that. But with this schedule, Andy, finding 6 wins, I could run down the card and do it pretty easily, honestly.
Yeah, Steelers, Bills, at Bucks. That's a tough start to the season, but then at Dolphins, Cowboys, Broncos in an overseas game, at Bengals. Then they get the bye in the middle of the season, which I like. Then you're right, Browns, at Patriots, at Ravens, Falcons. Don't forget, they get the Dolphins at home kind of later in the year. Dolphins, not good if the weather's cold. At Jags, at Saints, Patriots, and then at Bills. That Bills game could be meaningless for Buffalo. Maybe they might be fighting for seeding or anything, but there's always a chance. I just believe in this head coach, and I'm with you that I'm going to take the over as well. I like the complete change of philosophy that they did. It was a complete mess. They got rid of Aaron Rodgers, which I think is just going to help in more ways than one. So I get a new quarterback. I get a new head coach. Is it enough to overcome the jetsiness of the Jets? I don't know. Their quarterback just got taken off the field. But I'm willing to roll the dice here. I like the over. Field stays healthy, and Aaron Glenn gets his system going. I'm with you. I think this is an easy over for me, and I can't believe I'm going to say that about
Andy. This now marks the 26th team that we have broken down over under. Each and every one of the breakdowns is here on YouTube, so you can watch it afterwards. Comment below and let us know what you think, Jets over or under. But for the commenters, Andy, I would like to let the record show the picks for me, 12 and 13, 13 being towards the under. So, yes, may seem like it's all overs. For you, you're split right down the middle. You're 13 and 13. 13 overs, 13 unders. So, I had one no pick on the Seahawks, which I probably need to rectify. But yeah, the Dan the Overman from Sean and from Eric, a little bit over-exaggerated, but who doesn't like some overs? Yeah. So, 13 and 13 for you.
My favorite thing about Dan is we're doing this segment. It's completely meaningless. Like there's no stake in the game, and Dan just does a no pick.
No pick was crazy. The no pick was crazy. I'm gonna, I just to maybe rectify, I'll say under for the Seahawks. I'll go under. Okay.
Under for the Seahawks. Nice try. No, you're in it. No pick. I already have the graphic. All right, here we go. Dave Mason is joining us. We're gonna ask him. That really important question about when money comes in on one side and the line doesn't move. What are they doing? And then right after that, we'll break down the main event, DeRitter and Whitaker. So, Dave, happy Thursday. How are you, sir?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm good. I want to start with this. Gianni and I were talking about a certain baseball game today where it appears all the money and all the tickets are coming in on one side, and yet the line hasn't moved. And I have a buddy of mine. He only makes a few bets per NFL season, and he always just waits until a bunch of money comes in on one side and the line doesn't move, and then he takes the opposite side where all the money's coming. And I swear to God, this man hits 80% of these bets. So Tell us what is the situation where when you have a lot of money coming in on one side and you guys don't move it? Is it because you're taking a strong opinion or position on the game? Could it be that somebody that you really respect happens to be on the other side in the minority? What happens in a situation like this?
Yeah, both. I mean, it's a combination of factors, right? It depends who's betting it, right? Who's betting the other side, which is always more important, and our opinion as well. But I mean, we take the sharp action here, so we respect that sharp action. If you know, it's kind of, I always go back to it, but people thinking all the books are booking action 50-50 and we're just scooping juice or something close to 50-50. That's not even close to being true. You know, there's such a thing as a reverse line movement where all the action's on one side. It's not even standing pat, like you say, but it's going the opposite way, right? So we respect the sharp action. We do not mind taking a position, and most books don't. You have to, right? You have to take a position. You can't give too much value. So yeah, it's probably sharps on one side or just, you know, and it's still early in the day, you know, you can't overreact either. You know, there's still 80% of the actions yet to come in throughout the day. So if you overreact on the early action, especially if it's public action, you can have bad odds, and then the sharps just pick you apart.
Interesting. Okay. Yeah, you're right. Okay. So you've still yet to get a lot of the money in on the side. So yeah, that makes complete sense. So you're waiting for the move. What was MLB like for you guys first half of the season?
It's good. And I mean, it was a grind. It always is. You know, we offer those dime lines, so our margins are going to be smaller than in the books that are failing to offer dime lines anymore. But it's good. It's been really good recently. Yesterday was awesome, both live and pregame, last few days. So we've had a good week on MLB. You know, it goes up and down. August is right around the corner, and August, for some reason, August is always oh my God, that's a big time grind for MLB. So we're a week away from August. Can't wait.
Yeah. All right. Who's the sharps liking today? Anything jump off the page for you?
MLB Cards -132, Orioles +106 or better. Over 9 -110 in Seattle game. Then speaking of the Seattle game, we got two-way there. Mariners +135 or better, and Angels +140 or better. What else going on? WNBA always takes some sharp action. Store -8.5. Aces -1.5. So, yeah, I mean, we're still football starts next week, I guess. So it'll be a lot more fun talking about that sharp action coming in.
Yeah, anything jump off the page for you in UFC? I'm getting ready to break down Whitaker and Ritter. I see Whitaker's been taking money the last couple days. You seeing the same?
Yeah, at about 2-1 money. Yeah, we actually had some sharp action there, -145 or better. I kind of like the other side. I mean, I'm going to take a shot at the other side. It's currently +140. But public's also on Whitaker as well. I said, like I said, $2 to $1 amount on Whitaker. Jan -335 with sharp. Mitchell -130. That's about it. I mean, you know what? Once limits get raised, that's when those big sharp bets come in. So great card though. I can't wait. Saturday afternoon, I'll have something to do.
I love noon. I love when they start at noon.
It's great, and my liver loves it. My liver loves it because that's usually my drinking night during non-football season. Football season, I pick it up a notch. But during non-football season, my UFC Saturday night, I'm going out, going to drink some beers, and it's the liver appreciates the daytime UFC cards.
Does your drinking night correlate with when BetOnline wins or loses?
No, I mean, not at all. I mean, what the hell can you do? You know, it's as long as you think long term. You know, I don't know. There's no correlation. You know, I really don't see the numbers in that. I sit back and watch it as a fan. You know, whatever. When you're involved in this side of the counter, it's up, down, up, down, up, down. You lose some, and if you lose, that means more people are betting the next night. You know what I mean? It's just the ebbs and flows of all the moving parts. It's just too hard to, maybe a game like the Super Bowl to lose there. I mean, like NFL, if you lose the week, I mean, again, I work on the marketing side of things, so there's all
Yeah.
sorts of different metrics we're looking at, and a big one is actives. And if you're beating the hell out of the players, well, those active numbers go down. People take a week off, 2 weeks off, even a month off, or maybe they're done for the season. So, the best thing that if we're getting beat, well, the actives are going to be up on the site, and my bosses just think I'm doing something special that I'm, and it's like, no, we just lost, Sometimes
really
they
interesting.
overthink. Sometimes those dudes overthink it a little bit too much upstairs.
That's really, really interesting. I never thought about that. Love these insights here. And we had a couple questions on Cleveland in the early game. Blocked that. Why isn't Cleveland getting respect? What do y'all know that we don't? Is it a trap? And then the strategist wanted to know about Cleveland. Yeah, several questions on this Cleveland Indians game. You got any insights on that for us?
Yeah, I mean, we did take what did it open at? What are we at right now? We're at minus 115. I mean, we need the other side. It took a bunch of there's two-way. What is that? Two-way sharp action? No, there's no sharp action on that game. I mean, we're getting two-way action. We definitely need the Orioles on that one. Took sharp action. Oh, yeah, that's right. Like I said earlier, the Orioles plus 106 or better is sharp. So, what I personally, I don't know why, but that's definitely the sharp side, and the public is on Cleveland.
Okay. All right. What's your favorite bet UFC this weekend?
I'm fading Whitaker actually. No,
Okay.
Like I said, the sharps are on Whitaker minus 145 or better, but I'm taking the Ritter, man. I think Whitaker's coming off that brutal crushing loss. Sure, it was to Kamzat, but get a little older. I think I'm sure he fought the who's who of the UFC over the years, but getting a little older, 3-3 in his last 6. De Ritter's 3-1, and he beat the hell out of Nickel last time through that hype train off the track, and he's looked really good. So I'm going plus 140, and again, I know the sharps are on the other side, but I'm fading the sharps on this one.
All right, Dave Mason, tell everyone where we can find you at, and tell everyone about BetOnline.
At Dave Mason BOL on Twitter, coming over to betonline.ag. Like we all know, football's almost here. We have some awesome contests already ready for pre-registration. Actually, registration. $1 million survivor pool. Buy 3 entries now, you get the 4th free. That's an early bird special. We also have $100,000. This is new, $100,000 spread survivor. And there's going to be no rakes. So anything we go over either of those prize pools, we'll just keep on adding on. So come on over to betonline.ag. Never too early to start talking football.
Yeah, how much is the survivor? Because Dan and I are going to do this with you.
The main survivor's $1 million.
Wow.
The big survivor's $1 million. So I mean the entries, it's $30 for your first. You can enter numerous times. So okay. Yeah, it's affordable for everybody. If you have deeper pockets, you can enter numerous times. If you're on a budget, or you can enter 1, 2, 3 times, whatever. But you get $30 gets you in the door. So without a doubt, that's what we try to keep. And we've tried so many price points over the years, but that's what we kind of see what works best. That way, the more people play. I get every year, do the $500 entry, and it's like, well, then there's so many people that play that's way beyond their budget. Even $100 entry for a contest, So we want as many people as possible playing, and if you got deep pockets, we'll just enter numerous times.
Yeah, I wouldn't pay that much for one, but I'm definitely entering numerous times for the $30 one.
Exactly.
Yeah, right in my wheelhouse. So, all right, Dave Mason, everyone go check him out at betonline.ag, one of the best sports books. I use it every single week. Let's do a breakdown on the main event at UFC Abu Dhabi. We're talking Robert Whitaker and Ranier de Ridder here. Interesting matchup here because it really is kind of a striker versus a wrestler grappler here. I'll break down Whitaker. His most recent wins, he knocked out Alaskarov with a vicious few punches, but Alaskarov was taking that fight on really short notice. Before that, he beat Paulo Costa in a decision. He beat Marvin Vettori. He beat Kelvin Gastelum. He beat Jared Cannonier. Those guys are all strikers. You look at what happens when he goes up against a wrestler or grappler, it just doesn't go that well for him. I mean, Khamzat Chimaev is a completely different beast. Chimaev took him down and basically ripped his face off. Like, literally, Whitaker lost teeth. Duplessis, he can do more of that. But is DeRitter on the same wavelength? I don't think so. Not with Chimaev, not with Duplessis, not even close. He comes in against Gerald Meerschaert and looks horrific in the first round, and then gets an arm triangle late, but he was losing that one. Kevin Holland mailed it in that fight, and then Bo Nichols decided he's not a wrestler anymore. He wants to strike. DeRitter just pushes him up against the fence, works his body, and eventually knee to the body gets him out of there. So I think if you're going to play this fight, I think you play Whitaker by knockout or DeRitter by sub. I will tell you my favorite play in this one is actually a total. It's the under. It's the under 2.5, and it's like minus 105 at most places. So I think Whitaker, if he gets the striking going, DeRitter's done, and Whitaker has shown he can knock him out with his power that he showed against Askarov. DeRitter can absolutely submit guys. We've seen that before. And Whitaker's weakness on the ground and DeRitter's slow on the feet. I think the under 2.5 is the way to go, even though this is a 5-round fight. I don't think it makes it into the championship rounds. If I have to pick a side, I think the value's in the dog, believe it or not. I think it's DeRitter because you have two such differing styles that one guy's style is going to overpower the other. And so I will take a little bit of sprinkle on DeRitter. But if you're going to play DeRitter, play him by finish or play him by submission. So that's going to be the official pick, is going to be the under 2.5 with a little sprinkle on DeRitter. So, all right, that is going to do it for us here on Wager Talk today. Thank you so much for joining us. Don't forget to hit that like button and comment. Give us your best Hulk Hogan memory down in the comment section below. I'm trying to think I got a few great Hulk Hogan moments. To me, it's always going to be the slam of Andre the Giant at WrestleMania. I'm always going to remember that one. So tomorrow we're going to have a very special photo involving Hulk Hogan. We'll get that ready. But for now, hit the like button and leave a comment. And thank you so much for joining us. And don't forget to take a look at that Wager Talk YouTube Insiders, where you can have all kinds of perks, emojis, badges. You get a $5 coupon at the beginning of each month, and we will start adding more premium content. So thanks very much. Good luck on your plays. We're going to get everyone ready for the weekend tomorrow. Take care.